Yo, what is up guys, Grim here, and in today's video we're going to be taking a look at how many stellar jades and pulls you can expect to get in version 1.0. In this video, I'm going to expect that 1.0 is going to last roughly the same duration as a Genshin Impact patch, which is around 42 days. I think that's a pretty fair assessment, and we're going to be taking a look at all the rewards and the total amount of stellar jades and pulls on offer in 1.0. Now keep in mind, I'm going to try and give you guys a bit of a range here, because every player is going to be different. You know, there's stuff like achievements, you can get heaps of stellar jades from achievements, but you might not get all of them. I'm going to give you the maximum amount that you can probably achieve in 1.0 for your planning and pulling needs, but I'm also going to give you guys a bit of a note there if I think that it's a little bit more challenging to achieve it and whether or not you're actually going to be able to get it, and then we're going to do a bit of a range at the end there when we tally everything up. So first and foremost, you've got the overworld rewards. There's going to be a ton of treasures, a ton of challenging enemies, and a ton of puzzles in every zone, and completing all of these are going to grant roughly 4,000 stellar jades across all of the zones in the game. If you're interested, you can take a look and see which treasures are left to claim on this little treasure chest icon on each of the zones, and each zone has these and you can go ahead and collect them all, and it's going to be roughly 4k. In addition to your overworld exploration, you've got plenty of quests to do as well, which are going to grant you a ton of materials, Trailblaze experience, but more importantly, stellar jades. In 1.0, if you complete every single quest, including the companion missions, the adventure missions, as well as the main story, you can expect to get a whopping 2,500 stellar jades. You can see here, the quest reward is 60, and you've got a lot of quests to do, man. So that's going to take our grand total up to a minimum of 6,500 so far. On the release of Star Rail, there are going to be 3 separate planets for you to explore, and exploring and doing quests in them are going to grant you special currencies which can be redeemed in the capitals of each city. The city I'm in right now is the capital of Belobog. It's in the underworld, and we're looking to exchange some special coins here for some pretty good rewards. The rewards aside, they're great, but the more things that you purchase from the shops, the more special rewards you'll unlock. The special rewards unlock at different stages as you spend more currency. You can see here that you're going to unlock a ton of stellar jades as well as pulls. In total, across the 3 world shops, in addition to all your free materials you'll be getting 800 stellar jades and 10 free standard banner pulls. In order to track down these places, let me give you a bit of a tip. The first one in Herta Station is going to be present in the primary town, the Master Control Zone. You can see them here, the Internal Purchase Officer. The one in Jarrillo 5 is going to be Lauder, who's in Boulder Town. You can see him right here, and that's going to unlock pretty quickly as you get into the endgame. The next one is in Luofu, which is in the Central Starskiff Haven, who is going to be right here, the Jeweler's Pagoda. In order to get the currency required to purchase great rewards, as well as unlock the different tiers, all you have to do is explore and do all the quests as mentioned, and you're going to get an absolute truckload of them and really turbocharge your account's progress. Next up, for completing special objectives in game, like enhancing characters, light tones, opening treasures, you're going to be able to fulfill the Operation Briefing, which is going to give you a ton of materials and leveling requirement stuff, but also a ton of free currency and pulls. You can see here the Operation Briefing Part 1 gives 50 stellar jades, and it goes really in depth with all the rewards here. There's plenty on offer and it's very rewarding. In total, you can expect an additional 700 stellar jades and 4 additional standard banner pulls. As you level up your Trailblaze level, which is your account level in Star Rail, you'll be able to return to the pilot car and talk to Pom Pom, the mascot of Star Rail. When you talk to him and you've leveled up though, he's got a special few presents for you. You can ask him how your Trailblaze level's going, and he's going to offer you a ton of rewards here, which you can claim and get a lot of bonuses from. Now, this is going to be completely dependent on how fast you progress and how far you go in the campaign. There are a ton of rewards on offer here, but I don't think that too many people are going to get past Trailblaze level 50, maybe 60 in 1.0. So I'm going to give you guys the rewards for level 50. Now, if you're talking to Pom Pom and you're getting up to Trailblaze level 50, which is probably about 3 weeks of play, maybe 4, you can expect to get roughly 800 stellar jades and 22 normal standard banner pulls, which is pretty good. Of course, if you're on the lower end of sides and you only get to like Trailblaze level 30, you can expect less, but if you go even higher, you can expect even more. Overall, that's probably the range I'd put it at: 800 stellar jades, 22 normal passes. The Forgotten Hall is one of Star Rail's endgame modes and is pretty challenging. However, there's an easier mode which everyone's going to want to do and have a blast with playing, and that is the first half, the last vestiges of the Towering Citadel here. You can see it's got 15 stages and there's a few objectives for you to complete. Fortunately enough for us though, you're able to level up and overcome these challenges with ease as pretty much every player, and not too many issues, and completely free to play of course. Now, the rewards associated with completing all these objectives, which aren't too insane, insane are going to be substantial, to say the least. For completing all 15 parts of the first Forgotten Hall, you can expect a whopping massive 3,000 stellar jades, which is on top of all of the stuff we've already got so far. So you're absolutely going to want to be doing that, and you're absolutely going to want to be getting all those stellar jades for your free-to-play account. Now, if you're a bit of an achievement hunter, you'll be happy to know that Star Rail has a pretty big achievement system, and there's plenty of rewards associated with it. For completing every single achievement, if you're crazy enough, you can get a total of 2,300 additional stellar jades. So there's plenty on offer here for you people who want to kind of go for a little bit crazy, go try and achieve some pretty wild stuff, and there's a lot of lore associated stuff with this as well, which is pretty damn fun. So an additional 2,300 jades right there as well. Now, if you're a bit of an endgame player looking for a bit more of a spicy challenge, there are some special overworld missions that you'll see appear on your minimap and overworld map as you start to get in the endgame. There are 3 separate difficulties to these, and they of course offer stellar jades among other rewards as well. This one is called a warring expedition here, and it's in Belobog, where you have to help the different soldiers achieve some special requirements, and of course they're going to reward you for it as well. Now you can see here we've got some stellar jades on offer, and you can expect to get from all of the one-time endgame activities when you get into endgame, which is like this, which you can notice on your map here. This is the icon which I'm talking about. You can expect to get about 800 stellar jades for checking out the endgame and passing through on the overworld, and also all the domain farming action as well. To round out the one-time rewards in Star Rail for 1.0, you've got some pretty big juicers here on the simulated universe. You can get an absolutely wild amount of free stellar jades from doing it. Now, okay, the simulated universe is pretty hard, and getting through everything on offer here in 1.0 is going to be quite the mission. Almost impossible, I would say. But let's take a look and see how many stellar jades would be on offer though. So you're going to get a ton of stellar jades from completing each world the first time, which is going to be great. But in addition to that, some worlds actually have difficulties. As soon as you get to world 3 and onwards, they start having difficulties. And the higher difficulties also will give you one-time stellar jade rewards as well. Fantastic. But it doesn't stop there though. There's plenty of other stellar jade rewards associated with the simulated universe. So for collecting and taking a look at all of the different blessings, you're going to be expected to get even more stellar jades for each different path on offer. You can see here the blessings of preservation. For collecting them all, you can get further more stellar jades. And this is true for all the different paths. So you want to be collecting each of the different blessings at least once. Now, in addition to that, you can of course always get a lot of more stellar jades here from collecting all the curios, which are another thing which you can encounter in the roguelike mode. You can see here I got 30 to claim right there. Pretty good. Now, there's actually even more stellar jades here from the simulated universe, but the upshot here is that you can expect to get a whopping 4,500 or more stellar jades for fully unlocking the simulated universe. Now, again, similar to the Forgotten Hall, the simulated universe isn't something you're going to be able to clear in its entirety in 1.0 likely, but there is a lot of stellar jades on offer here. And there's also some pulls as well for the standard banner. So you're going to be able to get some pulls on for here as well. Now, these are pretty much all the one-time rewards. However, there is one more to mention. There is a big community event coming up, which you can get an additional 400 stellar jades from roughly as well, so you probably want to tune into that as well. Overall, that's going to be all the one-time, one-shot rewards you can expect in 1.0 for the release. So let's tally it up and take a little bit of a look at what you can get. Alright, so let's tally things up for the one-time rewards that I reckon is probably going to be roughly available for most people on 1.0. If you got to Trailblaze level 50, you got all the achievements, and you unlocked everything, I think you're going to get roughly 19,800 stellar jades. Now, you can lowball that, you can halve it, you can do whatever you want to try and give yourself an idea of what you personally can expect. But I think if you did everything, you pushed it as hard as you possibly could, you could probably get that 19,800. Now, on the pull side of things, you're going to get 1 from the quest, 10 from the shops on the worlds, you're going to get 22 from getting to Trailblaze level 50, and you're going to get 4 from the operation briefings, so you're going to get a total of 42 pulls which would be on offer on the standard banner. Now again, that's if you do everything and you push it as hard as possible. Now if you get to 60 Trailblaze level, maybe you could get a few more pulls here, but overall I think that's what you can expect. Now that is an absolute truckload of stellar jades and passes here, and that's only the start. There is actually more on offer. Now, on the release of 1.0, we know of a few events coming our way. First and foremost, the login event. You can expect to get 10 special passes from the login event to put towards your Sele or Jing dreams. And those are going to be welcome, of course, and those are going to be just great. In addition to that, though, we also have a little bit of special information here. We know that the Fight Club is coming to Star Rail. It's going to be online and it's going to be activated. And you can expect to get roughly 600 Stellar Jades from the Fight Club. Now, in addition to that, whenever a new character comes out, you can get a few opportunities to test them out, and of course you're going to get a few Stellar Jades there for trialing them out as well, and you're going to get 40 Stellar Jades from the character trials. So overall, from the events coming in 1.0, you can expect to get 640 Stellar Jades and 10 special passes. Alright, so we've covered the events and we've covered the one-time rewards, and it's looking pretty juicy, but what else we got here? What can we expect to get from our regular rewards? Well, using our 42-day theory from earlier, let's take a look and see what's on offer here. So first and foremost, the dailies. The dailies are going to grant you a pretty good amount of Stellar Jades every single day. You were going to do them anyway for the Trailblaze XP, so this is just a bonus. But if we assume 42 days is how long it's going to be, you can expect to get 2,520 Stellar Jades. Definitely a nice little bonus there. Alright, for you endgame players, there is quite a lot on offer in terms of challenge and reward. The Chaos Memory is an enhanced version of the Forgotten Hall, and it's a repeatable endgame mode. It resets every 2 weeks and offers you Stellar Jades, of course, every single reset. Now, taking our 42-day estimate from a Genshin Impact patch, we're going to get 3 full resets of the Memory of Chaos. Now, each Memory of Chaos, full clear if you got every single objective complete, is going to grant 600 Stellar Jades. So you'd have a maximum potential of 1,800 Stellar Jades here. However, the Memory of Chaos is tough as nails. I don't expect anyone to clear the full Chaos Memory, unless they're literally like insane in the first 2 weeks and get all the rewards. It just seems too hard. So you're probably not going to do that. You might get a few stars here and there if you're kind of crazy, but probably not getting the full amount there. Maybe in the second week you could start to make some progress, and then in the third reset you're probably going to be getting pretty deep. But overall, I would probably estimate that out of the full 1,800, you can probably at most get 1,200 of that full 1,800. So we're going to go with 1,200 from the Memory of Chaos here. If you can push it a bit harder, you might get a few more, but that's pretty good indeed. Now, over in the shop in the Ember Exchange, there are a few easy to get pulls if you decide to spend your Embers on them. Now, we're assuming that 42-day cycle here for patch 1.0, so you're going to get 2 lots of tickets which you can buy out with Embers. Embers are a currency which you acquire from pulling 3 stars in the gacha, and everyone's going to get a good amount of them because we're getting so many free Stellar Jades and so many free standard banner pulls. So you absolutely can expect to max out buying both sets of the tickets in 1.0. So you're going to be able to get an additional 5 Star Rail passes and 5 special passes twice. So you get a total of 10 each from the Ember Exchange. Make sure you guys pick these up and spend your Embers on these special passes and Star Rail passes. It's absolutely worth it, and it's going to be a big bonus to your account. Now, in addition to the Ember Exchange, you can also expect to get 5 standard banner pulls from the free track of the Battle Pass. So a nice little bonus there. Make sure you get that Battle Pass done, guys. It's probably going to give you some pretty nice pulls. Alright, so we're back in the simulated universe here, and the simulated universe doesn't just give you one-time rewards, man. Oh boy, it gives you recurring rewards which reset every week. Now, the cool thing about the simulated universe rewards is that they scale. They don't just stay the same, so as you advance your account level higher and higher and higher, you can expect to get better and better and better rewards, and of course, that means Stellar Jades. Now, we got that 42-day there, 42-day kind of like theory, and if we work with that 42-day theory, we can kind of get an idea here of how much we can expect to get. Now, depending on what your account level is, your rewards are going to change. So if you're kind of just a casual player, you can probably expect to get a little bit less rewards, but if you're going pretty hard, you can expect to get more. But in the event that we're going to lowball it here, because we've been lowballing a few things now, let's lowball it and say that you're going to get at minimum 450 Stellar Jades over that first reset there of 1.0. Now, of course, as you can see here on the footage on the screen, there is actually pulls in the simulated universe rewards. So if you get that account level up, you can expect to get weekly pulls as well. Standard banner pulls, it looks like. So overall, there could be that on the table as well, but we're going to say at minimum, you're going to get 450 Stellar Jades from patch 1.0 from the recurring Stellar Jades that are going to be accessible from the simulated universe. Now, if you're a bit of a fan of Genshin Impact, you might know that sometimes the devs like to host live streams called special programs. And those live streams often come with special redeemable codes. And I think we might be expecting something similar coming up to the theory of around 300 Stellar Jades coming up in the 1.0 special program here. So I think that we can probably assume that you're going to get another 300 Stellar Jades there from the special program, which is going to be coming down the pipe. So that is going to be all of the regular rewards. We got dailies, we got Forgotten Hall if you're intrepid enough to get that done. We got the Starlight Exchange, which you're going to be able to redeem all those tickets. The Battle Pass, we got the Simulated Universe, as well as the special program there. Alright, so what does all this look like when you put it together? Well, if you add everything together, if you get everything that you could possibly max out within reason in 1.0, you can probably expect to get a cap of roughly 25,000 Stellar Jades if you literally did everything, man. Now, do I think it's realistic that everyone's going to get every achievement, get every chest, get absolutely everything, get to Trailblaze level 50 and do a lot of the Forgotten Hall? Maybe not. So I think while 25,000 is, probably like doable for the crazy dedicated fans, I think most of us are probably going to expect to get roughly 18,000 to 20,000 Stellar Jades if we do everything in 1.0. We tune into the events, we do everything, man. Now, that's a pretty good amount though. That's definitely nothing to scoff at. Now, in terms of the pool department, obviously that's just the Stellar Jades. You can spend them however you want. You can spend them on the event banner, you can spend them on anything. On the standard banner side of things, in terms of the pulls, you can probably expect to get roughly 57 pulls. Now, it's pretty dependent though on making sure that you get in the Starlight Exchange. You buy those, make sure you get them. You also get your Trailblaze level up to at least 50 to get those pulls. 57 of them though, that's pretty damn good. You're getting pretty close to a self-pity there on the standard banner. Overall, very nice. Now, in addition to that, you can also expect to guarantee get 20 special passes, which you can put together and put towards either Jing or Sally or save up for someone in the future. There's definitely going to be a lot of different strategies on who you want to go for, but overall, of course, spend your Stellar Jades on stuff you find fun and spend it on characters you love the look and theme of and who you really want to play. Alright, you thought the video was over? Nope, bonus round. Now, for you players who want to kind of go the extra mile, there are some things that you can do to get even more juice. Now, there is actually something in the game which I didn't mention. You can actually get pulls from leveling up characters, and you can do quite a bit of crazy leveling to get a lot of insane amount of extra pulls. Now, you get an extra pull for every character that you ascend to level 20. That's literally just straight up. You get a character to 20 extra pull. It's 160 worth of gems there. That's pretty damn good, man. And then you get an additional pull for getting them to level 60 ascension. So in the end game, when you get everyone up there, you can get even more pulls. So, currently there's quite a large roster of characters in the game. I believe there's roughly 24. So that's an extra 48 pulls if you leveled everyone up to level 60, which is now we're at a guaranteed 5-star just from standard banner pulls alone. That's pretty damn good. Now, additionally, in the bonus round, if you want to support the devs and you want to kind of go with a bit of a low spending approach, you can of course pick up and get the battle pass if you would like. Now, the battle pass paid version is going to include Stellar Jades. You can get an extra 680, you get a free light turn of your choice, and you also get 4 special passes on the battle pass as well. Now, there is also, in my opinion, the best value in terms of Star Rail and buying something and spending a bit of money is going to be the overall what's considered the Welkin from Genshin Impact. Here, I believe it's called the Oniric Pouch. It's essentially a small fee to get a daily login reward added to your account, and it ends up being 2,700 extra Stellar Jades over a full patch in general. In addition to that, you also get an immediate 300 Stellar Jades straight off of the bat, so an extra 3,000 Stellar Jades there, roughly depending on how long the patch is going to be, so you can get some extra juice there if you want to invest a little bit in the game. But definitely go for those extra character passes, and if you want to invest, you can get some extra juice there as well, which might push you a little bit closer to getting to the exact character you want. Alright, hopefully you guys have enjoyed this breakdown, and hopefully it gives you guys a little bit more insight. Of course, all of the numbers aren't 100% guaranteed concrete. It's going to depend on how far you progress, but hopefully it gives you a little bit more insight into how much you can expect to get. And if you enjoyed it, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Plenty more Star Rail content on the game. And until next time, cheers.